The Crucifixion Code. The enigma of the cross. Crucifixion is a bad way to die. A really, really bad way to die. The body slowly tears itself apart under its own weight. The suffering is so agonizing that getting your legs shattered by an iron club is a mercy. Having a spear thrust into your side is a kindness. Being denied water is a blessing. Such things can hasten an end to your torment. Your best hope is that the people supervising your agony get bored or have other places that they have to be, and so intervene with a spear or a club. With your arms lashed or nailed to the crossbeam, the weight of your body makes it borderline impossible to breathe. You have to hoist yourself up by the strength of your arms to take a shallow breath. But that only prolongs the agony. Eventually the strength of your arms will fail and the weight of your body will strangle you. It is an exquisite form of torture to put a small platform under your feet or nail your feet to the cross. That enables you to hoist yourself up by the strength of your legs. This may prolong your agony by many hours or even days. That is why shattering the bones of the legs is a kindness. Even better if they shatter the bones of the arms as well. The body is so comprehensively traumatized by crucifixion that when death finally comes, it could be occasioned by any number of physical implosions, asphyxiation, cardiac rupture, pulmonary embolism, blood loss, heart failure, sepsis. It will take many hours to die. It could take days. It also involves humiliation. Before you are hoisted up on the cross, you will be stripped bare. When you urinate, it will run down your legs. If you defecate, it clings to your body and flies swarm around you. If you live long enough, maggots will breed in your faces and start to worm their way into your body. The stench from your own excrement fills your nostrils. Even after death, the humiliation continues. Your corpse will be left on the cross as a warning to others, and carrion birds and rats will tear off your flesh until there are only bones. The man about to be crucified had already been beaten and bloodied. He had been viciously scourged with a whip made of leather and sharp bones and lead weights. His clothes were already soaked with blood, but even these are ripped from his body. Nails are driven through his flesh, pinning him to the wood. Then he is hoisted up. As his naked body is jolted into its final place, there comes the first tearing sensation as his body starts to slowly strangle itself. But there was a very big difference between this particular man and the other men being crucified around him. He had planned to be there. He had entered the seat of power with the specific intent of being arrested and crucified. He had trashed the temple. He baited the authorities. He slandered them. And when all this failed, he helped to organize his own arrest. This man had planned this agonizing death for a very particular and peculiar reason. He was certain that this is what God wanted from him. The priests, whom he had earlier taunted, show up to savor his agony and add to his humiliation. Now it is their turn to make fun of him. He saved others. He cannot save himself. Let the Messiah, the King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see and believe. Mark 15, verse 31 to 32. Even the other criminals being crucified mock him, but he never responds. No word passes his lips. The hours pass in excruciating slowness, like the blood dripping drop by slow drop from his body. It is only after many hours of this soul-wrenching agony that death starts to mercifully draw near. As it does, this man's iron-willed control implodes. Words are wrenched from the core of his being, words so dramatic, so telling, so searingly impactful that his Greek biographer recorded them in their original Aramaic. Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? What just happened? Was this the Son turning on the Father? accusing God of deserting him? These are the man's final words. The Gospel of Mark records these as the only words he uttered on the cross. They are the most enigmatic words in the whole Bible. They are the enigma of the cross. How did it get to this? How did it get to a point where an itinerant country preacher colluded in his own arrest and crucifixion? How did it get to the point where a man who believed he was suffering and dying at the behest of God would, in the last moment of his life, turn on God and scream out the ultimate accusation at his Creator?